of Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I have told you that my humorous friend says these sequence is to be expected. After a couple gets married, the war begins. Therefore, the church should be a good soldier. He was being facetious, of course. In the future, the church is to be presented as the bride of Christ. This is the expectation of the church. Today is the period of the engagement and exhibition of the church before the world. Now, the church before us represents another side of life of a believer. In the world today, the church is to be a good soldier of Jesus Christ. In Ephesians, there stood the great temple of Diana, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. It stood for all that was pagan and heathen. It was grossly immoral. It was a time for the believers in Ephesus to recognize that they had an enemy. Not only did the Christians in Ephesus have an enemy, but we have an enemy today. Our enemy is not the worship at the temple of Diana. I think we have something infinitely worse than that. We are seeing our immorality and heathenism not only in the name of religion, but actually in the name of Christianity, when it is not Christianity at all. The first part of the chapter opens with instructions to children, parents, servants, and masters. This may seem foreign to the life of a soldier. However, the soldier's training does not start in boot camp. It begins when he is a child in the home. In World War II, they had a saying in the Navy that in the early days of our nation, we had wooden ship and iron men. But now we have iron ships and paper doll men. That is probably not entirely accurate, but a reporter from the Great Lakes Naval Training Station tells us uh, that a shocking percentage of all young men in the United States attaining the age of naval enlistment years must be rejected because of previous criminal records and because of personalities, psychological, or health problems. Also, an alarming number of all enlistees fail to measure up to recruitment training. Severe problems are faced in the training of young men who must be trained in the simple things that should have been learned at home. At 17, a young man ought to be ready to launch into the training program. The Navy finds that they can easily put a uniform on a man. It is putting a man in the uniform that is causing much problems. This same type of breakdown is attested to by foreign mission boards. A survey revealed that a very small percentage of students graduating from Christian Bible school and colleges go on into foreign missions, and a startling number return after the first term as casualties. Training is essential if the soldier is to fight properly and be victorious over the enemy. The preparation of a soldier must begin in the home when he is a child, not in the church or in the Sunday school, but in the home. Every child who doesn't get that first lesson in is handicapped. One of the great problems of our young people today, and some older ones too, is that they were not properly trained in the home. Proper training means discipline.